Okay, so the way I see it, I'm an engineer. I like to think of myself as an artist sometimes, but I'm more of an engineer. And as an engineer, I think it's my responsibility and my duty to use the things that I've learned to improve the world. There's a lot of terrible things that happen every day to a lot of people in the world. Um, and I'm specially equipped to develop solutions that help those people. Um, and that's exciting for me, and that's what I want to do, and that's why I'm an engineer. And so, teaching people, being open source, releasing my things for free, uh, enables me to have a magnified impact. So for me, that's really what it comes down to. I like to see other people learning and being able to help other people. It's really nothing more than that. I get a lot of personal satisfaction out of it, and that to me is really exciting. I'm certainly not making a living off of it. It's something I kind of break even doing, and that's totally fine with me. I make enough money doing this particular thing, releasing this open source to allow me to keep doing it, which is great. I mean, like, that's exactly what I want. I do it for fun because I enjoy doing it, and I like helping people learn. So, in any capitalist society, you have to spend money to make money, and vice versa. So that, obviously money comes into it, and I have to pay for materials and things like that. But I try to release everything as much as possible for free to the end user. People ask me that kind of thing a lot. So I'm very far from famous. Yes, there's a lot of people who will watch a video when I post it. I can address a very large audience very quickly, and I've used that audience to mobilize to help me achieve goals that I care about, whether that be voting on an online poll for something or spreading news about something on Twitter or whatever, which is great. But yeah, it does make you feel a little vulnerable, and because unlike a lot of people, most people's kind of online social media presence is only amongst their close personal friends. Mine isn't. So when I post things online, I have to be very cognizant of not just what my friends might think about it, but what a worldwide audience might think about it. It does make me feel a little bit vulnerable sometimes, for sure. So the tough thing about technology is any technology that you can possibly think of is always going to have positive and negative implications. While I would love to only teach people about things that can be only used in good ways that help people, it's unfortunately never going to be true. I've come to accept this. We can 3D print organs to save people's lives. We can 3D print cookies, which fill people's tummies. There's a million different ways to think about it, and it's kind of a big range of good to bad, and it's not a discrete system. It's not this is bad and this is good. How you apply things can go really either way, and there's an infinite analog range in between. So yes, I'm scared for the way human beings will use technology in the future, but we've also seen in the past that we've found ridiculously amazing ways to use the same technology that we've done bad things with. Whether that be using our understanding of nuclear energy to create both nuclear bombs and nuclear power plants is like a great example. So it's always going to be a big mix. There's kind of a philosophy I follow, which is the idea that if you want to solve a problem, you have to frequently approach it from a non-traditional perspective. A lot of the world's problems, a lot of the world's kind of low-hanging fruit have already been addressed, and you'll see this in research all the time. PhDs will say, we have to go do more and more complicated things now because all the low-hanging fruit has been taken, all the easy stuff has been done. So as you're trying to solve engineering problems now, and you have to come up with creative solutions to them, what I've kind of found is that a good analog to use is that of the art world, and the idea of kind of thinking outside the box, address problems in a way that other people haven't thought to address them before, and that gives you a new perspective from an engineering point of view on what the problem is, how you can deal with it, and how you can kind of try to find a creative solution to it. I think it's really unfortunate that in both engineering and fine arts curriculums, there tends to be kind of a distinct separation of the two. It's assumed that they're very separate and there's no overlap. I think the idea of ownership is kind of overrated. When we think about copyright, the reason why copyright originally came into existence was to protect artists' work. The purpose of copyright is to allow other people to benefit from your work. That's the original intention. The same thing goes for the patent system. We often think of the patent system as a means of closing off ideas, but in reality, the patent system allows you to explain exactly what you're doing and share your knowledge with other people, while still being able to remain profitable off of it because you maintain the intellectual property rights to it. While the idea of open source doesn't necessarily apply to everything, what I've found is that the nature of the nature of the internet and ownership kind of has skewed our concepts of what copyright is and what patent is and all these things, but in a way that enables us to do much more exciting things. And we've only kind of scraped the surface of what those things are, and we still have a lot of learning to do in terms of how we can actually use those things to our benefit.